This book begins with a warning, not polite, not soft. A warning that says, this will hurt your ego if you let in. The rudest book ever is not a story with characters and plot. It is a conversation, direct, uncomfortable, and honest.
So, it is not a novel in the usual sense?
No, it is more like a mirror, held very close to your face. The author, Shwetabh Gangwar, is known for speaking bluntly about life, success, relationships, and self-respect. Before writing books, he built a large audience through videos where he questioned fake motivations and shallow positivity.
And the book keeps the same tone?
Completely. From the first page, he challenges the reader's biggest weakness, self-deception. He says, most of our problems don't come from bad luck or society. They come from a refusal to take responsibility.
That already sounds uncomfortable.
It is meant to be. The book moves through themes like ambition, loneliness, money, love, discipline, and identity. But instead of giving comfort, it asks hard questions. Why do you want success? Is it for growth or for validation? Why do you complain so much but act so little?
So, the story is really about the reader.
Exactly. Each chapter feels like author sitting across from you, saying, stop lying to yourself. He talks about how people blame parents, teachers, government, or fate. But deep down, they know they avoid effort because effort exposes fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of failing, fear of not being special, fear of realizing that no one owes us greatness. The book says something very sharp, that motivation is cheap, discipline is rare, and discipline is what actually changes life.
That feels relevant, especially for students.
Very much. He speaks directly to young adults who feel lost, angry, or confused. People who scroll endlessly, dream endlessly, but delay endlessly too. He doesn't insult them. He challenges them. He says, you are not tired. You are distracted.
Does he talk about society too? Or only individuals?
He talks about both. He criticizes how society tells comfort as happiness, how social media rewards noise over depth, how people copy opinions instead of thinking. And here, the role of the writer becomes important.
How so?
A writer, especially one speaking to young minds, carries responsibility, not to please, but to clarify. Shwetabh chooses clarity over kindness. He believes writers should disturb silence when silence becomes an excuse.
That's risky.
Yes, but necessary. Simple language, strong ideas. This book proves that you don't need complex words to speak universal truth. Some of the most powerful lines are simple enough for anyone from cities or hilly villages to understand.
What about relationships? Does the book touch that?
Very honestly, he talks about loneliness, attraction, and self worth. He says people beg for love while neglecting self respect. They chase attention but avoid growth. According to him, no relationship can fix a life that lacks direction.
That sounds harsh, but real.
That is the book's core. Reality over romance, responsibility over excuses. Towards the end, the tone becomes quieter, not softer, but clearer. He reminds that reader's life doesn't become meaningful automatically. Meaning is built through effort, patience, and long term thinking.
So, what stays with you after finishing it?
A strange mix of discomfort and strength. You feel exposed, but also capable. The book does not promise success, it promises honesty. And sometimes, honesty is the first real step towards change.
It seems less like a book and more like a wake up call.
Exactly. A rude one. But maybe rudeness is kindness when comfort keeps us stuck.
Then, let me ask what the book really leaves us with.
It leaves us with a question. If no one is coming to save you, what kind of life will you choose to build for yourself?